You wake up every day wanting to change your life. You watch motivational videos, you make plans, you promise yourself that today will be different. But here you are, months later, in the exact same place. What if I told you that the reason you're stuck has nothing to do with lack of motivation? What if the real problem is that you're making the same 10 mistakes that keep 99% of people trapped in their old life? Listen, I've been studying human behavior for years. I've worked with thousands of people who were stuck exactly where you are right now. And you know what I discovered? The same patterns, the same mistakes, over and over again. In the next 35 minutes, I'm going to show you these 10 mistakes. But here's what makes this different. For each mistake, I'll give you the exact solution that actually works in the real world. Not theory, not fluff. Real solutions that you can use today. But before we start, I need you to be honest with yourself. How many years have you been saying, I'll change my life next month? 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? Comment below with just a number. Don't lie to yourself. This is important because recognizing how long you've been stuck is the first step to getting unstuck. Mistake number 1. You think change happens fast. Let me ask you something. When did you learn to walk? When you were 1 year old, right? How long did it take you? Months. You fell down hundreds of times. You got up hundreds of times. Your parents didn't expect you to walk in one day. They celebrated every small step. But now, as an adult, you expect to change your entire life in 1 week. You want to lose 20 pounds in 10 days, build $1 million business in 1 month, find your life purpose in 2 weeks, transform your personality overnight. This is the first mistake that kills your growth. You have baby expectations with adult problems. I remember working with a client named Sarah. She came to me frustrated because she'd been trying to change her life for 3 years, but every time she would set these massive 30-day transformation goals. Lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Make $10,000 in 30 days. Wake up at 5 a.m. starting tomorrow. And every time she would fail by day 5. Then she would beat herself up. Then she would try again next month with even bigger goals. It was a cycle of self-sabotage. Here's what I told her, and here's what I'm telling you. The strongest tree grows slowly. The tallest building takes years to build. Your life is no different. Here's your solution. Stop setting 30-day goals. Start setting 300-day goals. Pick one habit, just one, something so small that you cannot fail at it. If you want to read more, don't say, I'll read 1 book per week. Say, I'll read 1 page per day. If you want to exercise, don't say, I'll work out for 1 hour every day. Say, I'll do 10 push-ups every morning. Do this for 30 days. Don't increase the time. Don't add new habits. Just focus on consistency. After 30 days, then increase to 2 pages or 15 push-ups. After another 30 days, increase again. I know this sounds boring. I know you want faster results. But this is exactly why you're stuck. Fast results don't stick. Slow results become your identity. Sarah followed this approach. Instead of trying to lose 30 pounds in 30 days, she committed to drinking 1 extra glass of water per day. That's it. After 60 days, she added a 10-minute walk. After another 60 days, she replaced 1 unhealthy snack with an apple. 12 months later, she had lost 25 pounds without feeling like she was on a diet. More importantly, she felt like a completely different person, someone who keeps promises to herself. Right now, pause this video. Think of 1 habit you want to build. Just 1. Make it so ridiculously easy that you cannot fail. Write it down. That's your starting point. Mistake number 2. You try to fix everything at once. You know what I see all the time? Someone decides to change their life on Sunday night. They feel motivated, they feel ready. Monday morning, they want to wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym for an hour, eat only healthy food, meditate for 30 minutes, read for an hour, start a side business, learn a new language, and call their mother more often. By Wednesday, they've quit everything. Your brain is not a computer. You can't download 10 new programs at once and expect them all to run smoothly. Your brain has limited willpower. It's like a muscle that gets tired. Scientists have proven this. They call it decision fatigue. Every decision you make, every change you try to implement, uses up your mental energy. When you try to change everything at once, you exhaust your willpower by noon. Here's what you need to understand. Focus is power. When the sun's rays are scattered, they just warm things up a little. But when you focus those same rays through a magnifying glass, they can start a fire. Your energy works the same way. When it's scattered across 10 different goals, nothing really changes. When it's focused on one thing, that one thing transforms completely. Here's your solution. Follow the one thing rule. Choose the one change that will make everything else easier. Focus only on that for 60 days. Ignore everything else. Once that becomes automatic, then add one more thing. But how do you choose which one thing? Ask yourself, if I could only change one thing in my life, what would have the biggest positive impact on everything else? For most people, the one thing should be sleep. Fix your sleep, and everything else becomes easier. You have more energy for exercise. You make better food choices. You're more productive at work. Your mood improves. Your relationships get better. I had a client named Marcus who was struggling with everything: his health, his career, his relationships. He wanted to fix it all at once. I told him to focus only on sleep for 2 months. He thought I was crazy. Just sleep. That's your big solution? But he trusted the process. He went to bed 15 minutes earlier each week. He put his phone in another room. He made his bedroom completely dark. 2 months later, he called me excited. I don't know what happened, but everything is better. I have energy to work out. I'm more patient with my kids. I'm getting promoted at work. All I changed was my sleep. That's the power of the one thing. When you fix the foundation, everything built on top of it gets stronger. So here's your action plan. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier tonight. Keep your phone outside your bedroom. Do this for 1 week. Don't try to change anything else. I promise you, if you can fix your sleep, everything else in your life will start improving automatically. Mistake number 3, you wait for motivation. Raise your hand if this sounds familiar. Sunday night, you feel motivated. You're ready to conquer the world. You can see your future clearly. You feel unstoppable. Monday morning comes and you don't feel like doing anything. So you wait. You wait for motivation to come back. You watch more motivational videos. You read inspiring quotes on Instagram. You listen to podcasts about success. You wait for that feeling again. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Motivation is garbage. Motivation comes and goes like weather. You can't build a life on something that disappears every few days. Think about it. Do you wait to feel motivated to brush your teeth? Do you wait to feel motivated to take a shower? Do you wait to feel motivated to go to work? Of course not. You do these things because they're systems, they're habits, they're part of who you are. Stop chasing motivation. Start building systems. A system is something you do regardless of how you feel. Rain or shine, good mood or bad mood, motivated or not motivated. Here's how successful people really think. They don't wait to feel like exercising. They exercise, then they feel good about exercising. They don't wait to feel like writing. They write, then they feel inspired. The secret is this: action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you start doing something, you start feeling motivated to continue. Here's your solution. Make your good habits easier than your bad habits. If you want to exercise, put your workout clothes next to your bed. If you want to read, keep a book on your pillow. If you want to eat healthy, prepare your meals on Sunday. Remove friction from good habits. Add friction to bad habits. If you want to stop checking your phone so much, put it in another room. If you want to stop eating junk food, don't keep it in your house. I learned this lesson the hard way. For years, I would wait to feel motivated to meditate. Some days I felt like it, most days I didn't. So my meditation practice was inconsistent. Then I created a system. Every morning, as soon as I wake up, I sit on the same cushion in the same corner of my room for 10 minutes. No matter how I feel, no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what's planned for today. Now I've meditated every day for 3 years, not because I'm always motivated, but because I have a system. Try this right now. Do D-set push-ups. I don't care if you don't feel like it. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're wearing nice clothes. Just do 10 push-ups. Notice how you feel after. That's how motivation actually works. You don't wait for it. You create it through action. Mistake number 4. You listen to everyone's opinion. You tell your family you want to start a business. They say it's risky. You tell your friends you want to wake up early. They say you're crazy. You tell your coworkers you want to change careers. They say you should be grateful for what you have. So you listen to them. You change your plans. You make smaller goals. You play it safe. Here's what's happening. You're asking opinions from people who haven't achieved what you want to achieve. You're taking life advice from people who are stuck in the same place you are. Would you ask a broke person for money advice? Would you ask someone who's never been in a relationship for dating tips? Would you ask someone who hates their job for career guidance? Would you ask someone who's out of shape for fitness advice? Of course not. So why are you letting these people decide your future? Here's what you need to understand. Your family loves you, but they don't understand your dreams because they gave up on their own dreams years ago. Your friends care about you, but they're scared of being left behind if you grow. People will project their own fears onto your dreams. They will tell you it's impossible because they tried once and failed. They will tell you to be realistic because they settled for realistic. But their limitations are not your limitations. Their fears are not your fears. Their failures are not your future. Here's your new rule. Only take advice from people who have what you want. Everyone else just smile and say thank you. Then do what you know is right. If you want to be an entrepreneur, talk to successful entrepreneurs. If you want to lose weight, talk to people who have lost weight and kept it off. If you want to write a book, talk to published authors. I remember when I first started speaking publicly, my family thought I was wasting my time. Who's going to listen to you? You don't have a degree in psychology. You should focus on getting a real job. For a while, I listened to them. I doubted myself. I almost gave up. Then I met someone who was already doing what I wanted to do. He told me, don't ask for opinions from people who haven't walked the path you want to walk. Ask for guidance from people who are where you want to be. That changed everything for me. I stopped asking my family for approval. I stopped listening to friends who had never taken risks. I started seeking mentors who had already achieved what I wanted to achieve. Stop asking for permission to live your life. You don't need anyone's approval to chase your dreams. You don't need anyone's permission to be great. Mistake number 5. You compare your beginning to someone else's middle. You see someone successful on social media. They have the perfect business, the perfect body, the perfect lifestyle, the perfect family, the perfect confidence. And you think, I'll never be like that. I'm so far behind. I should have started years ago. But you're not seeing their whole story. You're not seeing the years of failure, the nights they cried themselves to sleep, the times they wanted to quit, the mistakes they made, the rejections they faced, the struggles they overcame. You're comparing your chapter 1 to their chapter 20. That's like watching someone run the last mile of a marathon and feeling bad because you can only run one block. That's like looking at a professional pianist and feeling discouraged because you just learned your first song. Everyone starts somewhere. Everyone has a first day. Everyone feels like a beginner at the beginning. Even the most successful person you admire was once exactly where you are right now. The billionaire entrepreneur was once broke and scared. The fitness influencer was once out of shape and insecure. The motivational speaker was once shy and afraid to speak in public. Here's what you need to do. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to anyone else. Ask yourself, am I better today than I was last week? Am I making progress even if it's slow? Am I learning even if I'm making mistakes? Success is not a destination, it's a direction. As long as you're moving forward, you're winning, even if you can't see it yet, even if other people can't see it yet. I used to compare myself to other speakers who had been doing this for 20 years. I would watch their videos and think, I'll never be that good. I don't have their experience. I don't have their knowledge. Then I realized I was comparing my day 1 to their day 7,000. Of course they were better than me. They had years of practice, thousands of hours of experience, countless failures to learn from. So I stopped comparing and started focusing on my own growth. Today, am I a better speaker than I was yesterday? This month, am I more confident than I was last month? This year, am I helping more people than I helped last year? The answer was always yes, and that's all that mattered. Stop scrolling through social media if it makes you feel bad. Unfollow people who make you feel small. Follow people who inspire you to grow, not people who make you feel like giving up. Remember, everyone you admire was once a beginner. The only difference between them and you is time and consistency. Mistake number 6. You don't take action. Because you don't feel ready. You want to start a YouTube channel, but you don't have the perfect camera. You want to start a business, but you don't have enough money saved. You want to ask someone on a date, but you don't feel confident enough. You want to apply for a better job, but you don't have all the qualifications. So, you wait. You wait until you feel ready. You wait until you have everything perfect. You wait until you're not scared anymore. Here's the truth. You will never feel ready. Nobody feels ready. I didn't feel ready to make this video, but I made it anyway. Ready is not a feeling. Ready is a decision. You don't get ready, then start. You start, then get ready along the way. The airplane doesn't feel ready to fly, but the pilot starts the engine anyway and trusts the process. The seed doesn't feel ready to grow, but it pushes through the soil anyway and becomes a tree. Waiting for readiness is just fear wearing a disguise. You're not waiting for the right time. You're waiting for guaranteed success. But there are no guarantees in life. Start before you're ready. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start ugly. Start messy. Start imperfect. But start. The first video I ever made was terrible. The audio was bad. The lighting was wrong. I stuttered through half of it, but I posted it anyway. That terrible video led to better videos, which led to better opportunities, which led to the life I have today. If I had waited until I felt ready, I'd still be waiting. The world doesn't need another perfect person. The world needs someone who's willing to try, to fail, to learn, to grow, to help others along the way. What's one thing you've been putting off because you don't feel ready? Starting that business? Having that difficult conversation? Applying for that job? Learning that skill? Do it today, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Today, even if you're scared, especially if you're scared. Scared means it matters to you. Mistake number 7. You don't forgive yourself for past failures. You tried to lose weight before and failed, so now you think you can't do it. You started a project and quit halfway through, so now you think you're a quitter. You made mistakes in a relationship, so now you think you're unlovable. You failed at a business, so now you think you're not cut out for entrepreneurship. You're carrying your past failures like a backpack full of rocks. Every day you add more rocks. Every day it gets heavier. Every day it gets harder to move forward. But your past doesn't define your future. Your failures don't predict your success. Your mistakes don't determine your worth. Let me tell you some stories. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. His coach said he wasn't good enough. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school 3 times. Oprah was fired from her first television job for being unfit for television news. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and having no good ideas. Albert Einstein didn't speak until he was 4 years old, and his teachers said he was mentally handicapped. What if these people had defined themselves by their failures? What if they had carried those rejections as proof that they weren't good enough? Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Every successful person has failed more times than unsuccessful people have even tried. Here's what I learned from my own failures. I failed in my first business, lost everything, went into debt, felt like a complete failure. For months, I carried that shame like a heavy coat I couldn't take off. Then I realized something. That failure taught me more than any success ever could. It taught me resilience. It taught me humility. It taught me empathy for others who were struggling. Most importantly, it taught me that I could survive failure, that I was stronger than I thought, that failure wasn't the end of my story. It was just the beginning of a better chapter. Forgive yourself, not because you deserve forgiveness, but because you need it. You can't drive forward while looking in the rearview mirror. You can't build your future while carrying the weight of your past. Your past is proof that you survive. Your failures are proof that you try. Your mistakes are proof that you're human. Use them as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Right now, I want you to think of one thing you need to forgive yourself for. One mistake, one failure, one regret that's been holding you back. Now say this out loud. I forgive myself. I learned from that experience. I'm ready to try again. Say it like you mean it, because you do mean it. Mistake number 8. You surround yourself with the wrong people. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. The people around you either lift you up or pull you down. There's no middle ground. If your friends complain all the time, you'll start complaining. If your friends make excuses for everything, you'll start making excuses. If your friends have no ambition, you'll lose your ambition. If your friends are negative about life, you'll become negative too. But if your friends are growing, you'll grow. If your friends are positive, you'll become positive. If your friends have dreams and are working toward them, you'll dream bigger and work harder. I know this is hard to hear. These might be people you love, people you've known for years, people who were there for you during difficult times. But love doesn't mean you have to let them hold you back. Loyalty doesn't mean you have to stay small so they feel comfortable. Here's what happens when you start growing. Some people will support you. Some people will be inspired by your growth and start working on themselves. But some people will try to pull you back down. They'll say things like, "You're changing. You think you're better than us. Remember where you came from. Don't get too big for your britches." When people say you're changing, say, "Thank you. That was the point." When they say you think you're better than them, say, "I think I'm better than who I used to be." You don't have to cut people out of your life completely, but you do have to limit their influence over your decisions and your dreams. Spend less time with people who drain your energy and more time with people who inspire your growth. Spend less time with people who talk about problems and more time with people who talk about solutions. Find people who are doing what you want to do. Join groups, take classes, go to events, read books by authors you admire, listen to podcasts by people you want to learn from. The internet makes it easier than ever to find your tribe. Your network is your net worth, not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. The people in your circle will either accelerate your growth or slow it down. Choose wisely. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Write down their names. Next to each name, write whether they're helping you grow or holding you back. Be honest. Your future depends on your answer. Mistake number 9. You make excuses instead of solutions. I don't have time. I don't have money. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't know the right people. I don't have the right education. I don't know how. It's too hard. I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. It's not the right time. Every excuse you make is a choice to stay where you are instead of going where you want to be. You know who else doesn't have time? Everyone. You know who else doesn't have money? Most people. You know who else doesn't know how to do something when they start? Everybody. Successful people have the same 24 hours you have. They face the same challenges you face. They have the same limitations you have. The difference is they find solutions instead of excuses. When you say, I don't have time, what you really mean is it's not a priority. When you say, I can't afford it, what you really mean is I don't want it badly enough to make sacrifices. Let me share something with you. I once had a student who wanted to start a business but said she didn't have money. I asked her how much money she spent on coffee every month. She calculated it. $150. I asked her how much she spent eating out. $400. Shopping for clothes she didn't really need. $200. That's $750 per month she could have invested in her business. But instead of looking for solutions, she was making excuses. She wasn't broke. She was just spending her money on other priorities. Stop lying to yourself. Stop making excuses for why your life isn't changing. Start making plans for how it will change. For every excuse you make, ask yourself, how can I make this work? Don't ask why it won't work. Ask how it can work. That's the difference between victims and victors. Your excuses might be valid. Your challenges might be real. Your obstacles might be difficult. But they're not helping you. They're hurting you. They're keeping you small. They're keeping you stuck. Replace every excuse with a question. I don't have time becomes, how can I make time? I don't have money becomes, how can I earn or save money? I don't know how becomes, how can I learn? Here's a challenge for you. For the next week, every time you catch yourself making an excuse, stop. Take a deep breath. Then ask yourself, what's one small step I could take towards solving this problem? Don't look for the perfect solution, just look for the next step. Then take that step. Then look for the step after that. Mistake number 10. You don't believe you deserve success. This is the biggest mistake, the one that kills dreams before they're even born. Deep down, you don't think you deserve to be successful. You don't think you deserve to be happy. You don't think you deserve to have the life you want. Maybe someone told you that you're not special. Maybe you failed so many times that you started to believe you're a failure. Maybe you look around and think everyone else is more deserving than you. Maybe you feel guilty about wanting more when others have less. But here's what I need you to understand. You don't have to earn the right to dream. You don't have to prove you deserve happiness. You were born deserving of a good life. The person sitting next to you on the bus deserves success. The person serving your coffee deserves success. The person cleaning your office deserves success. The person checking you out at the grocery store deserves success, and so do you. Success is not reserved for special people. It's not reserved for people with perfect backgrounds or unlimited resources or extraordinary talents. It's available to people who believe they deserve it and are willing to work for it. You are not too old. You are not too young. You are not too poor. You are not too uneducated. You are not from the wrong family. You are not from the wrong place. You are not too anything. You are exactly what you need to be right now to start building the life you want. I struggled with this for years. I grew up poor. My parents never went to college. I didn't have connections. I didn't have money. I felt like success was for other people, people who were smarter, more talented, more deserving than me. Then I met someone who changed my perspective. He said, "The world needs what you have to offer. Not because you're perfect, but because you're you. Your experiences, your struggles, your unique perspective. That's exactly what someone out there needs to hear." He was right. My struggles became my strength. My pain became my purpose. My mess became my message. Your background doesn't disqualify you. It qualifies you to help other people who come from similar backgrounds. Your struggles don't make you weak. They make you uniquely qualified to help others overcome similar struggles. Tonight, I want you to look in the mirror and say these words: I deserve to be successful. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to live my dreams. I have something valuable to offer the world. Say it until you believe it, because it's true. These 10 mistakes have kept millions of people stuck in lives they don't want, but not you, not anymore. Now you know what's been holding you back. Now you know how to move forward. Change is not easy. Growth is not comfortable. Success is not guaranteed. But staying the same is guaranteed to keep you exactly where you are right now. You have everything you need to start. You have this knowledge. You have this moment. You have this choice. Your old life is behind you. Your new life is waiting for you. The bridge between them is action. But here's the most important part. Don't try to fix all 10 mistakes at once. Remember mistake number 2? Pick one. The one that resonated with you the most. The one that made you think, wow, that's exactly what I do. Focus on that one mistake for the next 30 days. Work on changing that one pattern. Master that one solution. Then move on to the next one. Which mistake hit you the hardest? Comment below and let me know. Be specific. Don't just say all of them. Pick one. The one that felt like a punch to the gut. The one that made you realize why you've been stuck. And if this video helped you, if it gave you clarity about what's been holding you back, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Share it with someone who's been making the same mistakes. Share it with someone who's been stuck in the same place for too long. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a disaster. Every success story started with someone who decided to face their mistakes and try one more time. Today is your day to try one more time. Today is your day to start again. Today is your day to choose growth over comfort, action over excuses, solutions over problems. Today is your day to change your life. Don't let these mistakes steal another day from your future. Don't let another month pass by where you're making the same errors, getting the same results, feeling the same frustration. You've waited long enough. You've been patient long enough. You've been stuck long enough. It's time to grow. It's time to change. It's time to become the person you've always known you could be. The person you were yesterday got you to where you are today, but that person can't take you where you want to go tomorrow. It's time to evolve. It's time to upgrade. It's time to become version 2.0 of yourself. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being ready to change. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself yet. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Your success is more possible than you realize. Your dreams are more achievable than you believe. Now go make it happen.